In chapter 328, we got to see America's new #1 pro hero, Star and Stripe. Though little is really known about her, the info that we did get at the end of chapter 328 revealed some pretty huge things. And I'm not talking about her arms. Oh boy, are they thick. For today's video, I want to discuss who Stars and Stripes really is and what her relationship with Japan's former #1 pro hero, All Might, really is. As well as a mini theory at the end of the video going over why I think she could have been a very early candidate to becoming the 9th user of One For All. Let's get into it. Now, the title of #1 hero in the United States originally belonged to Captain Celebrity, who initially made his debut in the My Hero Academia Vigilantes prequel spin-off manga, which takes place years before Deku's journey in My Hero Academia begins. In Vigilantes, it was stated by Captain Celebrity himself that he is the United States' top-ranked hero. Now, since Vigilantes takes place before the main My Hero Academia story, we can only assume that sometime after the Sky Egg incident in Vigilantes and Captain Celebrity's return back to the United States, Star and Stripe between then and now ended up rising through the ranks and becoming America's new #1 top pro hero during the United States' version of the Hero Billboard chart Pro Hero Rankings. Side note, as of right now, there isn't any real explanation as to what happened to Captain Celebrity, but he could have easily just have retired from being a pro hero and settled down to take care of his wife and child. Or Star and Stripe could have just easily have taken the #1 spot from him. The worst case scenario here would be that he died during a mission of some sort, but like I said, there isn't an explanation as to what happened to Captain Celebrity in present day My Hero Academia. Now, with Star and Stripe being the new big pro hero that has been introduced into the series, the real question is, who is Star and Stripe? Other than her being America's #1 pro hero, she is clearly someone who is well respected and has a lot of say when it comes to making important international deployment decisions without the need of her government's approval first. Upon hearing that All Might had made a request to the other nations asking for heroes to be dispatched to Japan within the time span of a day for their upcoming fight against All For One and Shigaraki, being the impatient badass that she is, without waiting to receive her government's approval to go aid Japan in their fight against All For One, Star and Stripe is shown having already left the United States on her own accord, along with her taking a crew of 4 and possibly even more stealth bombers to help aid Japan. Which is insane when you really think about it, because not only is she standing on top of the stealth bomber while it is most likely moving at the top speed of around 600 plus miles per hour, but the cost to make one of those stealth bombers is at least around $631 million. Of course, the speed and cost all depend on the type of model being used, plus I'm not a military expert so I wouldn't know the difference, but still, her being able to just go out of the country and take 4 or more stealth bombers with her is no small feat. She has clearly not only earned the respect and trust of her own country, its government, and its army for her to just go and do something like this, but of All Might's as well, since it was revealed that Star and Stripe is also one of the few pro heroes who has worked under All Might. And we know this to be the case since she herself refers to All Might as her master, meaning that All Might at some point during his career had trained and taught a younger up-and-coming pro hero, Star and Stripe. Being one of All Might's original disciples, her love, respect, and bond with All Might is so massive that she wasted no time to go and help as soon as she heard that he made a request for reinforcements. Personally, I'm super interested in seeing her backstory and her master and student relationship with All Might being further explored in future chapters to come. So far, that is really everything that we know of when it comes to who Star and Stripe is and her relationship with All Might. With that said, let's jump into the mini theory portion of the video. Here, I believe Star and Stripe could have been a very early candidate for becoming the 9th user of One For All. The reason why I believe this to be the case is because during the early days of All Might being a pro hero, he had traveled abroad to the United States to gain more experience as well as build up his strength with One For All in order to one day come back to Japan and defeat All For One, which he inevitably inevitably did. During his time in the United States though, at some point, I believe he must have thought to himself that he would possibly need to pass One for All onto someone else in case his plan to be All for One and becoming the symbol of peace were to fall through and fail, thus leading him to become Star and Stripe's master. So if all else failed, Star and Stripe would have been the 9th One for All successor. This to me wouldn't be all that far-fetched or that much of a reach either, since when looking at all of the previous users of One for All, they all had someone that they were able to entrust One for All with when they all passed away. Hell, most of them are even shown through flashbacks to be passing on One for All literally as they were dying. So All Might could have trained and taught Star and Stripe like Nana Shimura had done with him, and if the worst were to have happened on the day he fought All for One, then just like his predecessors before Nana, he would have passed on his quirk onto Star and Stripe and told her the truth about One for All. That's of course if he hasn't already told her already. But of course, All Might did end up defeating All for One and became the symbol of peace as we have seen throughout the series, so he didn't need to pass on his quirk to her anymore, until 5 years later, after his first fight with All for One, when he finally decided that he would pass on his quirk onto a young, quirkless Izuku Midoriya. With such little information being out right now on who Star and Stripe is, this is the best that I could come up with for a theory, so I hope you kind of liked it. Of course, when we learn more about her, then I will end up making an updated video fully explaining who she is, her quirk, and her backstory. For now, with her introduction this chapter, that being chapter 328, she has already made a great impression on me and so many other readers so far. Let me know in the comment section below your thoughts on Star and Stripe. Are you excited to learn more about her like I am? Did you like my theory about her possibly being an early candidate for becoming the 9th user of One for All? Let me know everything in the comment section below. With that said, if you enjoyed today's video, then be sure to Detroit smash that like button below, and don't forget to share this video with your friends. If you are new to the channel and you want to see more My Hero Academia content, then be sure to subscribe to the channel with notifications turned on to join the Kitoroki Hero Academia to become my hero. Doing all of this really does help the channel out a lot, and it's always appreciated. Remember to stay plus ultra, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.